السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. وما أرسلنا في قرية من نذير إلا قال مترفوها إنا بما أرسلتم به كافرون. وقالوا نحن أكثر أموالا وأولادا وما نحن بمعذبين. قل إن ربي يبسط الرزق لمن يشاء ويقدر ولكن أكثر الناس لا يعلمون. وما أموالكم ولا أولادكم بالتي تقربكم عندنا زلفى إلا من آمن وعمل صالحا فأولئك لهم جزاء الضعف بما عملوا وهم في الغرفات آمنون. صدق الله العظيم. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
Thank you very much. Dhaka Chamber of Commerce and Industry, DCCI, established in 1958, is the largest and most vibrant business chamber in Bangladesh. Its area of operation consists of industrial conglomerates, manufacturers, importers, exporters, and traders, mostly of small and medium enterprise SMEs. The main objective of DCCI are to promote private sector development, policy advocacy, entrepreneurship development, and professional skill development. No wonder DCCI is known as the voice of SMEs. Now, I would like to seek your attention to the celebration. Dhaka is our beloved capital of Bangladesh. It has a long history of more than 400 years. From the Mughal period to present time, Dhaka has changed through the ups and downs of commercial movement. Ladies and gentlemen, we are going to present a documentary on a tale of 4 centuries of Dhaka's commercial history. Please enjoy the documentary.
The best of Bangladesh is business. The era of this business journey is centuries old, and as the proverb goes, everything comes at a price. Journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. If we look into the steps of our ancestors, we need to look back even before the era of Industrial Revolution. It's a matter of pride that our merchants were able to reach the civilization of Greek, Roman, Egyptians, Persians, and made a glorious footstep by sailing with their iconic Moyurbunki merchant ships and let the globe know about our exclusive resources. And meanwhile, the merchants from these developed civilizations started exploring business in our land. This land of enormous wealth and resources was the long-cherished dreamland for the European merchants. It was Vasco da Gama who made it first at 1498 into this continent and opened a new era for the merchants of Europe, as our products like spices, ivory, jewelries, silk was already world famous then. One by one, Portuguese, Dutch, French, British, Danish, everyone came to have a piece of their share in this land of business opportunity. But with time, it turned from business to power. In 1757, British East India Company defeated Nawab Siraj-ud-Dowla and also overruled the French establishments of this area. They seized power of this wealthy land and started doing monopoly business with the power of a ruler. In this time, we look back again to the best craftsmanship of the world, the muslin. This world-renowned fabric took lots of interest by the East India Company merchants. Muslin had its significant role to make Dhaka as a business hub among the subcontinent. Muslin factory named Arong was established in Dhaka and surroundings. Muslin, Hathikeda and salt business took much interest of the foreign merchants as well as employees of East India Company, and thus the Pilkhana is established. The golden era of muslin trembles at 1776 in the terrible famine, and then suppressed by the enforced garments policy by the British to establish their products made by their Lancashire machines. Thus, a black shadow comes to the business history of Dhaka, as the craftsmen of muslin and related businesses had to leave Dhaka in many cases and enforced to change their professions. A treasure was lost in time. Bangladesh, currently the second largest garments manufacturer of the world, has its root deep into the past. In 1851, in the Exhibition of London, the supremacy of muslin was established. With that legacy, later on, Narayanganj and Baburhat becomes the center for fabric and yarn business. Baburhat gets recognized as Manchester of the East. The economic activities rise, and the first European bank, named Dhaka Bank, is established at 1806. Though the first banking activities started in Nawabi period by the establishment of Jagat Seth Bank or Jagat Seth House, in 1856 Dhaka Bank merged with Bengal Bank. In the year 1901, there were 25 branches, which increased to 1,025 in the year 1969. But among them, only Eastern Mercantile Bank and Eastern Banking Corporation were under Bengali ownership. Indigo production was established by the British East India Company and spread across the country. They had 33 indigo gutti, where they produced and processed indigo. In this time of 1858 and 1882, Dhaka Kolkata and then Dhaka Narayanganj telephone line was established and gave the business a big boost. 1860s was the time when our business marked its presence in the world of commerce with another golden treasure, jute. Jute production rose to its peak and Dhaka was the center place. 1886 marks the establishment of the first jute mill, and then Narayanganj became the heart of jute production and processing. Investors and merchants from far away came to Narayanganj and started business. To support this booming jute market, infrastructure started to grow. In 1868, the first rail steamer was introduced, and in 1885, first railway was established to support jute movement. Banks were established throughout the country to support this robust economy. in 1886, Narayanganj was declared as the port city. Another business uprising took place with the tea business, and lots of foreign trade started with that. Our Sylhet area played a vital role. Rail connectivity was established across the region for tea trading. Business community established Narayanganj Club in 1886 and Dhaka Club in 1911. In 1903, East Bengal and Assam was declared as a new state, and it created a new business hub centering Narayanganj and Chittagong. After this movement, in 1904, Narayanganj Chamber, and in 1906, Chittagong Chamber was established. Before this, our business community was all with Kolikata Chamber, which later transformed to Bengal Chamber of Commerce. Though these chambers were not open to our local business people. After Bongo Bongo, our local business people took initiative to uphold their own interest and establish Dhaka District Bengal National Chamber Branch in 1930. But to protect the local business interests, the sole chamber of our area was established in 1930s as Muslim Chamber of Commerce. To establish the negotiation rights of the industrialists and businesses, Bishan Shilpo Shomiti was established by Mr. Rahim Baksh, father of renowned industrialist Mr. Anwar Hussain. In this era, business of fabric, especially jamdani, leather, button, comb, tea, rises up with a big hope of business growth. 1947 marks the year of independence from the colonists. The business scenario started to reshape by the local businesses. To get a share in this opportunity, businessmen from India and Pakistan came to this land and established business. Adamji, Isfahani, Bawani, Chiniotis, A.K. Khan becomes the big names of business. To accommodate this, Demra, Narayanganj, Tongi, Tejgaon was made into business centers. In 1953, DIDC and EPIC was established. In 1954, Dhaka Stock Exchange started its journey. Near Dhaka, Asia's largest jute mill, Adamji Jute Mill, was established. To accommodate this large market scene, Dhaka New Market was established. Chowk Bazaar, Mulki Bazaar, Imamganj, Shadurghat, Islampur, Sham Bazaar made their mark in this growing market. In the mid-50s, some non-Bengali businessmen and Pakistani government formed United Chamber of Commerce. 1958 is the year when it merged with the Dhaka Muslim Chamber of Commerce and formed Dhaka Chamber of Commerce and Industries, DCCI. DCCI started its journey from an office situated in Almanitola, Old Dhaka, but then it was moved to the new business center of Dhaka, Motichil. DCCI started to work for the local businessmen and to establish their rights. It carried responsibility in the government sectors and Federation of Pakistan Chamber of Commerce and Industries, FPCCI. The founder board members of DCCI were H.M. Hassan, industrialist and merchant, K.G. Ahmed, industrialist, Nazimuddin Ahmed, industrialist, Fazlul Karim Chaudhry, agriculturist and industrialist, A.Z. Hami, industrialist and government contractor, Abu Ahmed Shah, import merchant, Abu Nasir Ahmed, film distributor and exhibitor, Sakhawat Hussain, merchant, Azizur Rahman Chaudhry, merchant, Akhlaq Ahmed, merchant, Y.A. Bawani, industrialist and merchant, A.Z.M. Rezai Karim, industrialist. In the 60s, there were 20 jute mills, 80 jute press, 46 paper mills, 128 tea gardens, and 106 leather mills, but most of them were owned by non-Bengalis. The major portion of the economy was run by these businesses situated here, but the people were oppressed, and the development was mostly done in West Pakistan with the wealth obtained by the hard work of this part. When the majority raised their voice and elected Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujib as the leader of the government, the oppressor government forced an unethical war to the innocent Bengali people. 1971. After 9 months of struggle, the war was won and Bangladesh became independent. The country was war-torn and devastated. The mills were destroyed and the businesses were finished. But from the ashes, the people rose. A new business scene started to emerge in the newly born country, and DCCI played a vital role in policy formulation, privatization, and trade advocacy. Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman was welcomed by DCCI, and an inspirational bonding with the government strengthened to build a strong economy for the country. In this year of 58th anniversary of establishment, we also like to give gratitude to all the leaders of DCCI who have paved the way to the glorious journey. Chaudhry Tanveer Ahmed Siddiqui, M.A. Sattar, Mahbubur Rahman, A.T.M. Waziullah, A. Rock Chaudhry, R. Maqsood Khan, Ali Hussain Hassan, A.S.M. Qasim, M.H. Rahman, Aftabul Islam, Benazir Ahmed, Matiur Rahman, Fazle R.M. Hassan, FCA, Saiful Islam, M.A. Momin, Hussain Khalid, Zafar Osman, Abul Qasim Khan, Asif Ibrahim, Muhammad Sabut Khan, Muhammad Shahjahan Khan. Here, the name we cannot miss. The Gibraltar Rock for DCCI, Mr. Anwar Hussain, who is also the current Trustee Board Chairman of DCCI Foundation. Initiatives of DCCI to move the economy forward always played its vital role with different strategic programs. New business sectors movement took place with garments, shipbuilding, pharmaceuticals, IT, and many more. Now every aspect of business is booming. A new era of business has been started with a vision of Digital Bangladesh and Vision 2021. Technology has made significant progress in the industry, and Bangladesh is now racing towards with this diverse economy. Recent break into the lower middle income country not only proved the capability, but also made its commitment of reaching the upper middle income country state within a very short time. DCCI has already progressed towards meeting its promise of taking Bangladesh into the top 30 financially successful countries of the world. It has already attained one step closer to the goal of being an upper middle income country. Bearing the century-old torch of the commercial scene of Dhaka, DCCI marches forward with the belief, best of Bangladesh is business.
Ladies and gentlemen, hope you have enjoyed this informative and interesting reflective diary of Dhaka's commercial history. And now I would like to invite Mr. Hussain Khalid, President, Dhaka Chamber of Commerce and Industry, to come forward and address today's audience. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Hussain Khalid, President, DCCI.
That adjustment is required. Assalamu alaikum and a very good evening. First of all, in the month of the 44th anniversary of independence, on behalf of Dhaka Chamber of Commerce and Industry and myself, we would like to pay profound tribute to the father of the nation, declarer of independence, architect of independent Bangladesh, Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, who cherished the dream of building Sonar Bangladesh by empowering people and businesses, lifting people out of poverty, broadening economic activities, and strengthening better relations with global community. We'd also like to remember paying deep-hearted homage to martyrs and freedom fighters for their dedication and patriotism for whom we owe our identity today. Distinguished guests, a renewed hope and aspiration of economic development was restored among the people and business community of Bangladesh under the visionary leadership of Her Excellency Sheikh Hasina, Honorable Prime Minister, Government of the People's Republic of Bangladesh. We'd also like to take this privilege in congratulating Her Excellency Sheikh Hasina, Honorable Prime Minister, Government of the People's Republic of Bangladesh, for the honor of Champion of the Earth, for leadership in environmental development, and ICT's in Sustainable Development Award for exemplary contribution to information and communication technologies, and South-South Award for MDG achievement. Distinguished guests, it is a matter of great pride to see your child grow, embrace a good value system, seek high aspirations, and achieve more than ever thought of. DCCI is such a child which has made all of us proud, not only just by achievements, but as much as contribution, focused approach, promotes trade and investment, and envisioning and designing roadmap for accelerated growth of Bangladesh's business. Chief guest of today's program, Mr. Tofail Ahmed, MP, Honorable Commerce Minister, Government of the People's Republic of Bangladesh, and a veteran politician. Guests of honor of today's program, Mr. Mahbubur Rahman, the President of ICC, and a former President of the Federation of Bangladesh Chamber of Commerce and Industry and DCCI. His Excellencies, Ambassadors, High Commissioners of Diplomatic Missions in Bangladesh, Honorable Senior Secretaries and Secretaries of the Government of Bangladesh, Honorable former Presidents of Dhaka Chamber of Commerce and Industry, distinguished business leaders, dignitaries, participants, representatives of the media, my colleagues on the board, ladies and gentlemen, Assalamu alaikum again. It is my honor and privilege to welcome you all at the Celebrating Business at the outset of the 58th anniversary of Dhaka Chamber of Commerce and Industry. I would like to thank you all for taking the time out of your busy schedule to join us. It is so wonderful to see and be with so many friends, colleagues, and business leaders of Bangladesh. Distinguished guests, emergence of Dhaka as commercial hub was in the first decade of the 17th century for its premier position in trade, commerce, industry, and investment. To act as the first point of contact and promotion for businesses, Dhaka Muslim Chamber of Commerce and United Chamber of Commerce merged as Dhaka Chamber of Commerce and Industry in 1958. In course of time, Dhaka Chamber of Commerce and Industry has positioned itself as the prime, largest, and most vibrant chamber of commerce in Bangladesh, with a family of almost 4,000 members of cross-section in business, manufacturers, and SMEs. Putting forward fact-based opinions, suggestions, and prudent guidance towards transforming and upgrading local businesses and SMEs to be integral part of the global value chain. We are delighted to share that DCCI has been playing a landmark role in advocating pro-business policies, enabling business, trade, and investment to grow in vibrant and sustainable way to strive positive economic impact in Bangladesh. We would like to recognize local and international organizations which have immensely cooperated, especially Ministry of Commerce, Industry, and Finance of the Government of People's Republic of Bangladesh, International Trade Center Geneva, Development Partners World Bank, EU, IFC, GIZ, GIX, USAID, JETRO, UNIDO, UNDP, UNESCAP, and multinational organizations, WTO and UNCTAD, in many occasions during our long-haul journey, and their persistent cooperation equipped DCCI to address today's business needs and economy of tomorrow. Distinguished guests, vision and strategy are the articulation to improve the prospect of economy and translate the promising possibilities into rapid, sustainable, and inclusive economic growth. DCCI is always ahead in envisioning and designing roadmap for accelerated growth, focusing broad approach to promote trade and investment along with considering development challenges. Ladies and gentlemen, as a visionary organization, DCCI was the first proponent of private bank and mobile telecommunication concept almost 3 decades before, which turned into a basis of strong, enormous financial market and massive telecom industry today, with unprecedented impetus in macroeconomic mobility. DCCI first pitched the concept of Vision 2021 in 2005, transforming Bangladesh into a middle-income country with per capita income over $1,000 at the 50th anniversary of Bangladesh. Later in 2008, we rolled out the strategy paper of economic vision, next 15 years, a vision for growth. In 2010, a vision statement for the next 2 decades titled Bangladesh 2030, a strategy for growth, translating the economy into the 30th largest of the world economies, featured by $1 trillion GDP, $169 billion of export earning, $6,000 per capita income, as well double-digit growth, was presented as DCCI Vision 2030 and recognized by Her Excellency Sheikh Hasina, Honorable Prime Minister of the Government of the People's Republic of Bangladesh, which is also endorsed and backed by the recent publication of PwC that Bangladesh will be the 29th largest economy by the year 2030 and 23rd largest by the year 2050. As a recognition of cross-section business, merchants, and manufacturers over the past generations, DCCI took move to publish Commercial History of Dhaka, which has brought together the history of struggle, hardship, achievement, revolution, and contribution by our predecessors, pioneers in business over the past 4 centuries. Distinguished guests, human ingenuity, creativity, and skill are the driving force in enhancing national wealth and competitiveness in the global scale. With this belief, DCCI established a training center, DCCI Business Institute, with assistance of International Trade Center in 1991, to patronize the development of knowledge, competence, and skill of industry and business professionals in ever-changing global economy, which has trained so far more than 10,000 business professionals. Distinguished guests, youth is indispensable for bringing significant change in investment, employment, and thereby reshaping economy of Bangladesh. The inclusive and sustainable development of the country depends on how we meet the needs of today's bold, enthusiastic, and innovative youth. To meet this need, DCCI initiated the Brainchild Entrepreneurship 2000, largest ever initiative to create 2,000 entrepreneurs, new entrepreneurs by the year 2021. Again, recognized by Advocate Abdul Hamid, Honorable President of the Government of Bangladesh, and accredited by Bangladesh Bank in 2013. Distinguished guests, we proudly share our landmark contribution in facilitating international trade, ever first quadrilateral initiative launching ICT-backed G2B Customs Clearance Dhaka Customs House Automation project in 2010, before WTO Valley Package of TFA, which in turn expedites cross-border trade process and raises customs revenue to $500 million. We are also delighted to share that DCCI created the country's first public-private dialogue platform, Business Initiative for Leading Development, BUILD, aiming at public policy reforms, process simplification, to improve the country's investment climate in Bangladesh in partnership with IFC, MCCI, and Chittagong Chamber of Commerce in 2011. Distinguished guests, as a catalyst and frontrunner in promoting trade, business, investment, and creating employment opportunities in Bangladesh, DCCI has been recognized internationally in several locations like World Chambers Competition Award 2007 by World Chamber Federation, Best Local Chamber in Big Chamber category by Confederation of Asia Pacific Chambers of Commerce and Industry in 2010, Best Network Partner Institution Award 2010 by International Trade Center Geneva in 2011, which put DCCI in new height of recognition. Distinguished guests, with stable 6% plus economic growth and per capita income of $1,314 US, Bangladesh envisions to graduate to middle income country by the year 2021, 30th largest economy by the year 2030, and a developed economy by the year 2041. Due to exponential growth, export growth, development track record, growth potential, the world-leading economists, investment giants, and analysts have meanwhile acknowledged Bangladesh as investment hotspot, star performer, and global export house. Having been astounded by this performance, globally renowned financial and investment giants JP Morgan, Goldman Sachs remarked Bangladesh as one of the top frontier 5 and next 11 economies. To sail the growth patterns in right track and grab more share of global trade, investment, focused initiatives, and relevant amendments in export, import policy order, comprehensive trade policy, industrial policy, PPP Act, Visa Act, and enormous National Development Blueprint, 7th five-year plan, were made in 2015, aiming to maintain GDP growth at 8% through 50% trade to GDP ratio, 25% manufacturing to GDP ratio, 34.4% investment to GDP ratio, 6% FDI to GDP ratio, and creating 12.9 million jobs by the year 2021. The world is at the crossroad of transition, resulting in reshaping the landscape of global trade and investment. To carry out the momentum